You are listening to Shoot and Scoot, the Flames of War Team Yankee Federation Nam and Great War podcast that tries to make sense of the weird and wonderful world of 15mm wargaming with our tongues firmly in our cheeks, our pants as flat to the ground, and our dice, more often than not, failing to shoot and scoot every episode. We invite you to join us on many hobby misadventures on Facebook and on the blog at breakthroughassault.co.uk and to shop online at Battlefield Hobbies because Hammy is hoping the Browns win the Super Bowl this year. If nice dice your vice, then be sure to check out Dice of War, our dice sponsor here at Shoot and Scoot. And if you need bunkers to bust or autobahns to go too fast on, also head over to frontlineterrain.square.site, our awesome terrain sponsor.
Terrain.
If you'd like to contribute to this continued fail cross-trackable podcast, you can now also become a patron supporter by following the link on the Breakthrough Assault blog. Pay £1 a month for your chance to also become internet famous. I'm Eddie Fez Turner, broadcasting from somewhere in the south of England. I'm joined by my co-host, Duncan, It Works Better Plugged In, Gosling.
You can also, if you become a patron, troll me in my own, the comfort of my own home now, apparently. That's another service we also offer, apparently.
And Lee, come take a ride in my beautiful machine, Parnell.
I was going to say no, he sent me anything, but actually Chris, one of our patrons, sent me some nice upgrade bits for the M113.
Get nice stuff and Duncan gets trolled.
Yeah, and do you know what as well? Quentin sent you a gift package because he sent it to mine to give to you because you didn't give him your address. So I've got a gift package for you. And he sent me a bloody water pot, which I'm removing the label off right now, which... There's much umbrage to be had.
It's a superior product.
Oh, and also, who was it, Mike, that did the Schwimmwagen, the Klein Schwimmwagen?
That was Daryl.
Daryl, not Mike. Daryl's also threatened to send me 2 more so I can run a full squadron of 3 of them for 18 points.
Welcome to episode 101, the one where Duncan's looking gift horses in the mouth.
Yeah.
Lee, what are we talking about tonight?
There's a title that's literally created on the go.
Yeah. Feels like only fools and gift horses at the moment.
It's actually job for a D-Day episode, only fools and horses. Yeah. Anyway,
What do we got?
We are covering Internet Famous, was hello to our patron. And do the draw we've got to do at episode 100.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yes, that will work. That will have to be after I go and get the paperwork.
You mean the hat?
The hat.
No, I put them safely out of the hat somewhere.
Safely out of the hat.
They may be in lockup number 4.
Oh my god.
No.
Okay. We'll then be covering what we've been painting in Faces Bases. We'll then be covering what we've been playing in News in the Front. Mm-hmm. We'll then, since it's episode 101, going to do a hobby Room 101.
We're going to channel our inner negativity.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you didn't realise it was going to be such a negative feature.
Yeah. I did think about it. I was like, that's really cool. It's episode 101. We can do Room 101, the thing where you put stuff that you just want to have disappear.
Yeah.
Forgetting that obviously they're mainly being negative things. But it's fine. It's fine.
Can I be Jack's raging bile duct in this?
Fight Club reference. I haven't one of those for a while.
Very nice.
There you go. Thank you.
It feels very late 90s.
It is. Yesterday's pop culture tomorrow. Yeah.
Showing our age. I will then be covering events and then shooting and scooting. So, Eddie, would you like to say hello to our latest patron? Because I actually remember to do it before going into Faces Bases for once.
Yes, fantastic. Well done. That's progress. It's only taken you 100 episodes.
Yes, well,
lovely. Yes, a big internet famous hello to Phil St. Nicholas, who obviously, having finished his seasonal duty, has nothing better to do than to listen to our podcast. So thank you, St. Nicholas, for becoming a patron. Hopefully, is Phil over on? Obviously, Phil's his cover name, so
yeah,
very.
It's like Dave Claus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very discreet.
Yeah.
Is he on the Patreon? Do we know?
I haven't seen him on Discord yet.
Discord, that's the one.
To give him a prod and just see if he's going to join us.
Yeah, come over to the Discord.
In the raging dumpster fire.
Certain sections are raging dumpster fires.
They've done a bit gloriously so, not in a bad way, just hilarious.
Yeah, a glorious rage. Yeah.
Pop in and go, oh no.
It's the kind of thing that if you stare too long, it does hurt your eyes, but you can't help but hurt your eyes.
Yeah, very much like a solar eclipse. Yeah, it is. It's just me. I pop in, get some vitriol, pop back out again.
Yeah. Who are you? Who are
Yeah,
you?
exactly.
Yeah,
Oh
you
no, they're
can-
talking about Schwimwagen again. Oh great. Oh good.
Oh,
I can see
fantastic.
4 of them in the painting chat, so God knows what they're talking about right now while we're all in here. But,
Child soldiers.
is it child soldiers? Well, that's
Yeah.
always a
Child soldiers.
that cheery subject.
Well, no, that was the Bob Marley song, wasn't it? That wasn't released. He did Buffalo Soldiers, and then he was going to release,
Buffalo Wing
Underage
Soldiers.
Soldier. Yeah, but he didn't get there.
Oh, and then of course the Buffalo Wings
Buffalo Wing Soldier.
on Saturday. Yeah,
Mm,
Mm.
delightful.
yeah. So yeah, we've got the Discord. We have our if we do ask us a question or some answers, which we were going to do this episode until Eddie had his brainwave. We're now going to do it next episode.
So blame Eddie.
Uh,
Oh, my
you can
fault.
ask us questions either on Discord or on the Patreon website.
Mhm.
And also, we do a quarterly T-shirt draw, and then at the end of the year, we were meant to have done a draw for an army set, and then we forgot because we all got a bit carried away with the
All got a bit carried
live
away with
officer
people,
answers.
Yeah, there were other people to talk to. Oh well, this is exciting.
But hopefully, either Eddie has the thing now. Eddie's going to put this in post when he just draw.
I'm trying to think where I've put them.
Oh, my
I've put
good
them
Lord.
somewhere safe.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, Eddie's going to draw out a name now and has won, and say, well done. We'll get in contact with you.
No, I can find them. I know I'll find them.
Can you just say
Literally,
redacted?
I had them all. I spent like an hour printing them out, cutting them all out, had them all in the fez ready. Everything was great. And then I had to tidy. It was obviously a couple of weeks ago, so I've had to tidy up my desk since then. And then I remember putting them all in a nice little bag, sealing up the bag, putting that bag somewhere, and it's the somewhere I don't know right now.
Hence why I just put it in there so he actually can draw it and just like say fix it in post.
Well, I think I should find it by the end of the episode. We'll do it if we remember.
Can we send out a search and rescue cat? Can we get?
Panchetta's probably eaten them. That's where it's gone.
You see, you'd have to search through our poos now to find out the winner. Oh
Well,
no!
the first one I think the first one I find will be the winner. I don't think
It's like some sort of weird Roman soothsaying, just going for the cat poo to find.
it's like that really expensive coffee. It's the
Civic coffee.
Really expensive prize draw.
Yeah. Oh, coffee nugget. Oh no, that's not coffee. Yeah.
Well, that's grim. So on that bombshell, let's go to Faces Spaces. Duncan, what have you been painting?
Nothing.
Oh.
Still nothing, but I've been assembling my Star Wars Legion, which I finished last night.
Oh, very nice.
So I've got all of the Shadow Collective faction, I've realised. So yeah, everything available for it. And they've got these really cool, they're called A5 speeder trucks. And they're like
trucks.
They're little, I don't know if you can have a look at them on a Google image.
I saw the picture. I saw the picture you put up. Yeah,
but they're really, really nice. But they're a hefty old block of plastic. And the instructions I found were even worse than Battlefront's. So,
oh really?
Yes, very much like here are the speeder truck. It tells you to assemble in 6 subsections, but then doesn't tell you what order those subsections need to go on to make sure that everything actually slots in together.
Oh, that's useful.
So you have a bit of guesswork there. That's always fun when you're making models. Yeah, I've been doing that. What else have I done? Must have done some other stuff. I can't think what. I've got my things to assemble today, but I'm not sure it's going to be too loud. I've got my Volkssturm HMG, my Volkssturm infantry guns, and my Volkssturm mortar platoon. But what's putting me off those is I know that the machine guns and the mortars are 2-piece things, as in like the weapon itself.
Well, most HMGs are 2 pieces.
Mm,
Tripod and the gun, isn't it?
Yeah. Stupid Battlefront thing.
It's not like you got. Have you got a belt to put on as well? Because that was always one of the Vickers. We had a separate belt.
Yeah. Oh yes. Absolutely. 2 separate belts. Delightful. So that'll be an element of fun and frivolity at some point. But I'm a bit worried about clipping because of the noise. So might see how we get on there. And then what else have I been assembling? That's been it really. I've been giving some of my friends some top tips on how to assemble armies, which obviously is complete rubbish, and they'll regret it. But we got some. One of my quite funny. My friend Will, his dad's got a French army from V3, and he wants to know how to build a German army to oppose it. And that was a very long and tiresome conversation.
Early War French?
Early War French, yep.
In that case, wait a year.
Yeah, that was pretty much my advice. I was like, have you got the books? Yes, I've got the books. Well, you could do this really complicated conversion. And then he was like, are you sure all the tanks are going to be in there? I was like, I'm pretty sure you can bank on there being 37mm Mark 3s and the short-barreled 75s on the Panzer 4s and Panzer 2s and stuff like that. So they're all fine, but I don't know how many you'll need, so some. But yeah, been doing a bit of that. Any other assemblage? Don't think I've been. I repaired some of my Iranian stuff because it took a bit of a dinking. That's been about it.
Beg your pardon?
Yeah, it took a bit of a dinking. It did not transport wholly satisfactorily. So yeah, that's been most of my hobby-esque time has been assembling stuff on conference. Oh, not on conference calls. Obviously not on conference calls.
No. In your breaks between the conference calls.
Yeah, in my lunch hour. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But that's kind of it so far.
Oh.
It's been a slow start to the year. It's already halfway through January nearly. It's ridiculous.
Don't say that.
It is though.
No, it's not really though, is it?
The 15th's Monday, Eddie.
Yeah, 17th halfway through January.
What is there 34 days in January then?
There is yeah. Well, that's because the last week always feels longer, so it counts as more, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure there's a logic there somewhere.
Yeah. Is that the Gregorian calendar or something?
It's the Festopian.
Oh, the Festopian calendar. I thought we were going to adopt in the year. Are you going to have a new month? Surely.
That's where the one where the amount of painting you can do is logarithmic towards the due date of the event.
Is that a tunneling due date or is that a regular due date?
It's a penetrative due date.
Oh, God.
I just got it. Sorry.
Thank you. I've gone from pop culture from the 1990s now to Hasidic tunneling systems.
Oh God!
They told too deep and too greedily.
Yeah.
At least I love that guy who's on Twitter saying.
The guy who's on Twitter, you can see him singing between his crown fat.
I hear Yiddish in my basement. I was right.
Everyone called me insane.
Everyone called me insane, anti-Semitic, but it's actually a tunnel.
So when that appears, that should be an objective, surely, for Fate of a Nation or something. Now,
a manhole cover with Orthodox Jews sticking their heads out. That would never work. That would just be awful. There's no way that ever works well.
Nope.
Is that a case of just getting it out, going, "Isn't this clever?" and then putting it back, going, "I'll just put a token down." It's
fine.
So yeah, Mazel Tov.
Nice.
Indeed, yes.
So that was me. Who's next?
I think me traditionally. I have been working my way through my Anzac M113s.
Oh,
the first half of them.
Good Lord!
Well, technically the first quarter. Cause I painted up half with all the green camo on, and then the mask was getting me down. So I decided to do the first 8 with the camo, and I'm going to do the next 8 next.
I am always impressed when you can push through stuff that's actually still irritating you. There's a switch that Lee seems to be able to deploy, which is just like power through.
I need to get this stuff done. Switch.
Yeah.
There's no point leaving it half done. I need to keep going.
Eddie, is there any point to leaving it half done?
Oh yeah, always.
Standard operating procedure. Yeah.
It's not. It's half finished. It's finished.
How long have those Panthers been waiting decals?
What did it say? It was 10 years, 8 years. They've probably been my most played with unit as well, which is hilarious.
What, fiddled with or like?
Just actually been on the table, just being like, I need some points in my German army. I'll just take these Panthers, these D model Panthers. My very first PSC Panther kit I built.
To be fair, those are my Panthers too, the PSC ones.
Yeah. But one of the letterbox Hull MGs, were D model, prototype. So
And early A's as well had, didn't they?
the very early A's, I think.
Mhm.
I think they went to hold out for the A's.
Is-
the first,
is
the,
that-
the production ones.
Is that a lowercase a?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's capital.
It's D because it's
Lowercase D, and then uppercase A.
A. A is the actual
Yeah.
issued one.
We'll get
Always
those.
G. We skip F.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know what the Panther version numbering is just weird. I'm sure there's a reason for it. But
Was it not to fool people into thinking that it was a developed model? So they went straight to D. They went, ha.
No, D.
D's first.
D because German. I think it's the German for prototype.
Yeah, lowercase was used for pre-production.
Yeah.
And uppercase then was
really?
production.
Yeah.
Because they rushed them to Operation Citadel. I think that's why you get all the lowercase D's being used.
Dot the I's,
Mhm.
cross the T's, dot the
Circle.
lowercase J's.
Lowercase J's.
Yeah. But yeah, so on the M113s, I think I'm much happier with their shade of green now. Because on my labs, it was just too vibrant and weird. But I managed to turn it down somewhat on the M113 so it looks more like the photos.
And how did you turn it down?
I changed paints. I went to
Okay.
using medium olive rather than I can't remember, camo green or something like that. I used the first ones.
I thought you were going to blast it with a clever filter or something.
No, unfortunately, I can't. I have to completely repaint the lab sticks. I'm just going to leave them as is, which is fine. But, so get those done. Let's get decals on next, and then I'll finish off, get the other 8 up to the same standard. And that gets all the M113s I need for the lab formation. At some point in the future, I have to do like a whole extra infantry ones for doing a proper mech company, but that's a future lead problem.
Yeah, that's very much a distant Lee problem.
It's a problem for tomorrow, Lee.
Yeah, unfortunately, my new gaming PCs arrived, so someone distracted me, so my painting output's dropped. But it'll
unplug
pick
it
back up.
Eddie, unplug it.
I can't reach.
Change it remotely, yes. Eddie, what have you been painting?
Not a lot.
Not a whole bunch of...
No, I have. I've done loads. I've just been adding it up. I feel very positive about myself, actually.
Oh, God. Good. Here we go.
Because I've been a bit January funk, been feeling a bit of the blues, and I was like, I've got so much to do, whatever. But this weekend is my birthday, and we are going to Warhammer World with a load of guys from the Guildford Games Club to play Necromunda. And it started out with just me and my Paul and Justin, and then Jacob came along, and then a load of the guys from the Gildersford podcast, Gildersford radio podcast, decided, who obviously from the club, who I've known for years as well. I said, well, if told them what we're doing, they seemed really excited about it. I said, well, if you can get yourselves there, so I don't have to worry about transport, you're more than welcome to join. So 9 of them are going up in a convoy of cars.
Oh, good.
So it's turned into a massive Necromunda game. Which I made a custom scenario where we're one of the other guys created in the world of Gildersford in Necromunda in the setting a Fez Tuhunha.
The what now?
A play on Fez Turner, but
that was a play. I thought you just had a stroke.
The pronunciation when you read it, it looks better.
Okay.
But that's if you try to pronounce it. But yeah, Fez Turner as a trader. So I've made out that someone has stolen an artifact from him and gone off to the hive. So the gangers have been hired to go and recover the artifact. So it's a toned down Necromunda because with 9 players, full gangs, it'd be mental. So everyone gets like 5 guys each, can sort them up pretty much however they want out of the starting lists. So you have fun stuff of guns and stuff and whatnot. But there'll be like a blip counter session. And one of the blips will be the objective. Everyone's been giving a scanner to try and track the tracer, but there's erroneous things. So to fill up the environment baddies, the blips that aren't the objective, I've got like 12 hive gangers, which are 28mm figures that I've literally, the wash is drying on them now. They've been assembled and painted. over the course of Christmas. There are also, I've done 5 of the Ambots, which are the big robot mech warrior bug things. So they're all painted and based, as well as the actual objective itself is one of the vampires out of Age of Sigmar.
Good lord.
It's the big beastie type one that's hanging off a lump of masonry.
Yeah.
That I've given a green stuff fez to. So that is what they're actually trying to get. So they've got to try and kill him, which would be hilarious because they don't know it. But I'm going to use the 40k rules for a Calexis assassin.
Oh my! In Necromunda.
Yep.
Jesus.
It's 4 up. I mean, it's not too bad because it's only got 4 wounds at toughness 4.
Hold on, Calexis. That's the psychic one, right?
Oh, not Calexis. Calidus.
Oh,
the
okay.
shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Okay.
The shapeshifter. It's only got 4 wounds at toughness 4, which you could quite easily do, but it does have a 4 up invulnerable save, which would be the real hideous thing. And also D6 shooting attacks that wound on 2+ and ignore armor saves. It's pretty brutal. I'm expecting lots of shenanigans.
Oh, good lord.
So yeah, that's they're all painted, and then I've got my 5 models plus another 5 that I'm lending my mate Paul, who doesn't have a Necromunda army at the moment, or gang rather. He's going to play with those. So they're about halfway through. So to get those finished up by Sunday.
So that's gonna take some hard yucca.
Not really. I say they're halfway through. They're probably about 2/3 of the way through to being tabletop ready. Well, I mean, to be honest, it's Necromunda, so it's spray it black, dry brush the black, base color, dry brush some metal, put some skin on, cover the whole thing in Agrex Earthshade, and it looks good enough.
I forgot this is new, Eddie. Yeah.
Agrex Earthshade.
Agrex
all sins.
Oh my god! I'm metering out the last of my bottle because it's down to like half a centimeter, 5 mils left, and I don't have time to go to the shop. So I'm hoping I don't run out. It'd be tragic. Yeah, but I mean, it's better than not worrying. So I think that'd be pretty.
It's better than not worrying.
Yeah, just be like, oh no, it's all right. We'll just spray them and play with those.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
How's the French Canadians going?
So yeah, I had to obviously during that time period as well, knowing that we had that coming up, I had to build. What did I build? Built the mortar carriers. I had to base the second platoon of infantry because they were just they need texturing. Then I built the 4 Leopard 2s. So I've got it all built. Oh yeah, and obviously I built the VBLs before. Then I had to wait for the weather to subside to actually spray them. And that is as far as they are. So everything's been sprayed a colour. But obviously I've been focusing on the Necromunda stuff for this weekend.
Yep. Well, that's kind of a priority, right?
Yeah, exactly. So this weekend get that done, and then next weekend is the tournament. So I'll just have to paint everything before then, and that'll be fine. It'll be fine.
The tournament's next week's problem. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
I'm off on Monday, so.
Oh well, thank God for that.
I'll obviously be painting my Imperial Legion stuff for Monday night games.
Oh, Eddie. You've changed, and yet not really at all.
I also built like 50 buildings, 50 MDF buildings for the Games Club. For Legions.
Oh, wow. the game, yeah.
For Legions Imperialis, yeah.
Oh yes,
those ones. Yeah. So actually, I feel really proud actually because there's quite a bit to have got done.
It is, yes.
Oh, Eddie.
Yeah. And I feel even better when I get all these bits finally finished and over the line. It's going to be cool. Have I done anything else? Put all my tiny aeroplanes in the cabinet. Put the cabinet door on. Ticking off those life goals.
Put the cabinet door on. Oh, you mean actually affix the cabinet door to the cabinet?
Yeah, because after we moved, I lost the hinges because I put them in a safe place.
So you were unhinged.
It took like a month for me to find the hinges to the cabinet.
Oh dear.
But it's done now. But you know what? You know what else I've just found?
No, and I dread to ask.
All the names.
Oh, where was that?
It was in the box under my feet.
Oh my
So,
god.
go figure. It was safe. It was super close.
Yes.
Well,
Lee, I think we need an intervention. Yeah.
So what was this draw for?
This draw is for our end of year Army box.
Super
we'll
mega.
draw,
Yeah.
and we're going to send a patron one Flames of War Team Yankee in production Army box of their choice.
Oh wow!
I like the in production caveat. Very important.
Yes. Because they want to get 3DV box, and yeah, good luck to that. It has to be something you can actually get hold of.
Can you just give me 20 minutes to cross all these names out and write mine in?
Well, that might be a
I
bit
think under
obvious.
terms and conditions that employees are shooting Scoot Inc. and not actually.
Shooting Scoot Inc. and not. Oh, okay, fair enough. That's right. All right.
Employees and families, you can't put pancetta on there either.
Oh, I love how you knew it was going to be the cat as well. I was about to say, it's pancetta Turner.
Yeah, I could never believe it if Tacey was trying to get evil toy soldiers.
No, the trouble is Tacey send it back.
Yeah.
Return to sender.
Can I get credit for this, please? Yeah.
Okay, are we ready?
We are.
It's a win it. I've got my eyes shut. And it is Mr. James Clark.
James Clark.
James Clark.
Well, yeah. So James Clark, if you're listening, shoot me a message on the Patreon, your direct message thing on there, and we'll exchange details and sort you out a starter set.
Excellent. If you can find us, maybe you can hire
the starter set team.
Yeah, absolute worst case. If he hasn't got back to me, like by the time we do the next episode, I'll prod him on to this.
Yes, good shout.
Yes.
I'll
let him find out in the podcast first, because that's more fun.
Now I get to recycle all this confetti.
Oh my god! Just give it to the cat to play with.
She'll just eat it.
Yeah.
Well, keep it for the end of this year when we do the next one.
Oh, do you know what? He's thought about it. I like
a t-shirt drawer. We'll do a t-shirt drawer in like March. So.
Mm-hmm.
No, because then I have to go through and check the latest list and make sure everyone's the same.
It's like Santa, you got a checklist and checking it twice.
Oh God, life's too short.
I'm thinking maybe we need a Google Sheets.
Or the spinny wheel of doom. Clack, 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 clack,
oh my
clack,
god!
Clack, clack, clack.
The spinny wheel of doom was an unmitigated failure.
That's one of the worst things I've ever done. Yeah. I've still got a list somewhere of the stuff I was supposed to be painting for that.
Do you?
Yeah.
How terribly disappointing.
Slowly ignored it.
The wheel hobby failure.
Yeah. So, I know we went through that, but I am cognizant. I've just had a flash, a sudden realization we hadn't talked about, because the last episode was episode 100. Did we actually talk about the release video?
Yeah, because we had a Q&A session, didn't we? People asking questions about it.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah, it's got 2 thumbs up and hates Checkpoint Charlie.
Well, the reason being is actually going back to the Hobby Wheel of Fortune and back to that release schedule. I'm kind of excited because I am excited to get some stuff that I wouldn't normally like to get the back catalogue on the board, if that makes sense.
I mean, this is going to be great for catching my backlog up. Let's face it, there's no early war till next year.
Yep.
There's no Italy. There's no mention of any Team Yankee books. I'm assuming there's no Team Yankee. So I should get loads of stuff done this year, because otherwise it's going to be late War Leviathans.
Is that because you've got your backlog to conquer, so there's no expectation of a front log this year?
So full disclosure, on the drive back from playing at your club, me and Eddie were talking about Clash of Steel, and Eddie's natural hobby optimism had actually won me over.
No.
Yeah, for once I'm excited about something
on Clash of Steel, but with the caveat here of using Clash of Steel to play big tank on tank, very late war tank on tank games with actual in production tanks. So we're saying how the actual British German starter, if you take the mouse and the tortoises out, it's actually a pretty good starter.
Why would you take tortoises out? They're awesome.
Exactly.
I mean, they're great as a hard target at Kakubri, but I'm actually tempted to paint one up as a hard target at Kakubri, the barrel off and all shot the holes in.
What, as a as an objective?
Yeah, it'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yep.
I got photos of it somewhere. But then after that, the Centurions, obviously, I put the Foan. The German stuff is basically Panthers, King Tigers, that kind of stuff. And you got Comets. And I like the idea of having a whole squadron of Comets take on a whole company of Panthers or King Tigers. And I do like the idea of this dynamic objective thing. So that's the main thing that Clash
I think
Steel
it's going
match.
to be a fun game.
Yeah. It's not going to be my main game. I can see it playing it a few times, but as a thing to actually dust off having a big tank squadron, I can see it being a potential.
Yeah. Me too.
So I'm going to give it a fair shout. I'll do an unboxing video on the box set or something like that. And then we'll look at the actual how to use it in a way that
is that a classic Parnell one where you just turn it upside down and pour it on the desk?
Ah, man, I so should do it again. I did a thumbs up.
2 thumbs.
Who's not getting Italy this year? This guy. I'm joking. Please give me Italy. I'm so desperate to see Italy of some sort.
I think that's going to be the surprise. One of the surprises.
I don't care if it's just like Phil writing in crayon on some bits of paper roughly cut out to look like cards.
It just crosses out the word D-Day and writes Italy.
Yeah.
Italy British.
Just give me something to look forward to this year.
Colours in the sleeves and the pictures, so they're all wearing short sleeve.
Well, Team Yankee Infantry and the starter set that's attached to that could be interesting once we know more about it.
I thought about that.
I like the idea that the surprise is actually it's 2025. The surprise is here's the release date. Oh, it's next year.
No, I mean they did the same last year, didn't they? They didn't announce everything. They didn't spoil everything in the videos. We got some left field stuff.
Eddie.
We didn't know.
Eddie.
Eddie.
No,
they didn't. Was they?
Did they?
Or is this just wishful thinking?
I can't think.
That would involve me having watched the video, remembering what was on it, and caring enough to remember what was on it for the entirety of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
21st Panzer, you can have OPs now. That's going to be a good thing.
Shut up. That's disgusting.
The rage.
That's what I have. Do you know how long I searched for one of those OPs?
I don't know. I've got the feeling you're going to tell us.
It's a long time, and I was then using it as what was the thing we were using it in place of?
We were using it as the 250 half track
That
OP.
was it.
Yeah.
Which is basically very similar to.
It's going to be the same. I know it's going to be the same. It's going to be slower, and it's going to have a worse cross country.
And slightly better armor.
That essential thing for an observer. It's going to have a front armor of 2.
When you use a carrier start chasing you around, it's very essential.
Yeah.
Get those apex predators hunting you down.
Is an observer? Hold on. Is the Panzer 3 observer 2 points?
No, it's exactly the same points. That's what makes it so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Front armor 3, 4.
Yeah, admittedly, it's like the Sherman OP is the same point as the carrier because it doesn't have a main gun, just a machine gun. Ignore the fact it has front armor 6, which is a fairly big differentiator.
We love this game. It's so
That's
funny.
great. I can't wait.
We only say this because we care.
Yeah.
If we didn't care, we wouldn't be doing this podcast, would we? Ultimately.
Well.
We're not doing it for the money. Let's face it.
No, but Eddie's doing it for the kudos.
It's all about the kudos. I'm internet famous, don't you know?
Yeah.
Anyway,
admittedly, the Necromunda boys overtook us very quickly and now have 25,000 views.
Well, if you want that, go play a popular game. I don't know what to tell you.
Not an old man niche game. Yeah, you go. We be hit with the kids and do Age of Signal or something.
Where diabetes is a long off, well over the horizon. Where sugar drinks are plenty. Mm.
Talking about games, Lee, what have you played?
Well, I've been trying to get some practice in. Ready for his tournament. So
I've been playing some Team Yankee. Way.
Yeah, so us three are all going up to Tabletop Republic on January 20th.
It is.
Which, as we speak, is 9 days away.
Oh, God.
Terrifyingly.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
It can't be. It must be 7 days away.
Do we have to submit an army list at some point?
Yeah, the
8
night
days
before.
away.
Oh, is it the night before? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I think mine's pretty much resolved. So we're going up, as well as our friend
Yeah,
Luke.
it's nine,
He's come-
9 days. It's Thursday night, 20th, 11, 11
That's
20,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, it's Friday. Yeah. So we go. It's 95 points of Team Yankee,
It is.
and so we went up to Crawley to go see old Duncan here, get some
Hello.
games in.
The Dunkmeister.
As Eddie hadn't actually got, they just finished putting his army together, so we played.
Well, technically, I hadn't actually finished it completely then because I
think you were still doing it as we were talking.
I was still doing it as you were talking, and I was also borrowing Leopard 2s.
My Leopard 2s, yes, which would have been the only fully painted bit in the army, yes.
The only painted bit in
They're
the
still
army,
there if you
yes.
need them, by the way, if that helps get you through the.
They're Canadian. I want my Canadian ones.
Oh dear.
They're still Leopard 2 A4s.
Yeah, but they're yours are German.
My machine guns are falling off anyway, so the fact they're not FM mags for them. So Duncan had his Passage.
Yes.
I had my T80s. So
I was just remembering this game.
Well, I had two infantry companies, didn't I? I had a Passage formation, and then a mechanised infantry one.
Yeah, 8 Cobras.
8 Cobras.
No tanks. The BMP was the most tankiest thing in the entire army.
I don't know.
It's one of the most ridiculous spectacles I've ever seen.
Well, the reason it was a ridiculous spectacle was because we went attacker, and we rolled counterattack, and I rolled a d6 to be defender.
Yeah.
Which then meant that Duncan had to fit his army in that box you get because it's 8 inches back from the centre line.
Yep.
So it's like a what? It's a 16 by
30.
20, 20 box
28.
or something like that. Trying to fit all these Passage, a mechanised infantry company, the helicopters we put in. You put in loiter.
I had to loiter.
You couldn't fit them on the board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, were nines. The mechanised infantry started mounted up, not because you really wanted to, because you had to be just get in there.
The mechanised infantry started on the road as well, which made it look like a Le Mans start as well.
Yeah.
So
I was on defence, which I hadn't really considered as an option for this tournament. So I had to sort of quickly work out a way of being defensive. And mostly it was put their so my force was a HQ T80. And these are the normal T80s, not shock. Between 4 T80s, between 3 T80s with mine plows, a small BMP 2 company with a manpad, a BMP 3 scout platoon, shulkers, SA-13s, carnations, all that sort of information. There's an OP out formation, and so I had to put the T80s in reserve along with the BMP 3s.
Yep.
And so I had a T80s in ambush, 2 infantry sitting in the objective, and their BMPs ready to move somewhere else, and the shulkers set up. Because basically I just had to go shred lots of infantry as all these child soldiers are racing towards me.
Yeah, and jeeps and God knows what.
Yeah, because there's a road running through it, and you did a blinder by running your recordless jeeps and your recce jeep. Is it recce jeeps? Tow jeeps.
Tow jeeps, yeah.
Up the road at full pelt because you're that massive road dash, which stopped me from getting onto the objective. All of a sudden, there's this little roadblock of jeeps there.
Irritating jeeps, yeah.
Yeah, which are more than adequate to kill a BMP or a shulker, which is what I was planning to send towards the objective to hold it until everything else arrived. And yeah, so we had, it ended up as being this little fight as your recordless jeeps are killing shulkers and BMPs.
Well, there was one recordless jeep left, wasn't there? You chopped him down to 1, and he refused to run away, and just was every turn.
Hero jeep.
Yeah.
And then ended up, spoilers, being the man of the match, basically.
Yep. What a genius.
Because the T8, because basically the frontal assault on the T80s and the infantry came to a growing halt. Because
funny enough,
the only thing that killed the T80s was the Cobras, and one Cobra troop basically got annihilated by manpads and SA-13s.
He did.
But then annoyingly, I couldn't seem to touch the second troop.
Nope.
That second flight of helicopters. I killed one, and that was it. After that, the other 4 were just sitting there, just plugging tow missiles into my flanks. And thankfully, he had a bit of bad luck with the firepower. But he managed to get me down to 1 tank in the platoon and the CO tank next to him. But that was enough to hold the objective. But I just couldn't get onto the neutral objective
No.
because my BMP freeze came on, shot up your tow jeeps, but then got shot themselves by your
What killed them?
BMPs. Something shot me up, direct fire, and killed them all.
What killed them?
The T-80s tried assaulting onto the objective, and I kept doing it. I'd assault on, not hit you, come 5+ to hit, and then fail the counter-attack 4+ and have to fall back.
Yeah.
So I kill a stand, or maybe at best, but constantly pushed back, just couldn't get your infantry off the objective. And then I got shot up by, again, I think BMPs firing to my back with their missiles.
Oh, that was it. It was. What else was down there? Was something else? Was it tow? Oh no, it was tow jeeps down there. You killed the tow M113s with the BMP 3s, and then there was something else coming through the woodland.
Your infantry.
There was
wasn't
more
it?
infantry. Yeah, infantry, and it must have been BMP 1s.
Yeah. So in the end, I tried one last assault on the objective and managed to kill a few stands, but then got knocked back. I moved a BMP to contest the objective, and then your recoilless jeep, which had passed every single last stand,
I remember this.
Passed a blitzed up, fired his recoilless rifle, and killed the BMP and won you the game.
Yep.
That recoilless jeep was just on fire.
Legend.
I mean, the other recoilless jeeps were also on fire, but in a less positive way.
3 points.
Yeah. So I like to say, you play a blinder by basically bisecting my force by going down that road.
Yeah.
I mean, it basically threw away the jeeps to a certain extent, though it didn't in the end. But yeah, it did the job.
So I'm not convinced that that's the right. I think I would struggle. I think I'm going to struggle to play that list in the time given, because just even the setup was horrific.
Movement trays. We need borrow something from the old world and just get some movement trays.
some minefields to run them through.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's quite good fun to play though, because the Passage just. I didn't even try and spread them out in the end, did I? You just
and as you said, it basically turned my expensive third generation main battle tanks into elaborate 12.5-inch machine gun carriers.
Yeah, and your Carnations were slightly overworked at that point.
Yeah, the Carnations were firing salvos off every turn. I think I fell to a range in at one point, which also didn't help, but on the other hand, didn't hurt me because I say that frontal assault just didn't work. I mean, you tried the frontal assault in the Shulkers was quite funny when one Shulker turned around and just basically burted out.
I was really scared you were going to put full Shulkers into ambush.
I should have done. In hindsight, I absolutely should have done that.
Because that would have been horrific. Absolutely horrific. What's their rate of fire? 5?
5 static, I think. Or 6 static. And 4 moving.
Oh my god, yeah.
Deleted.
Showing what a 4 water-cooled 23mm can really do.
Yeah, shred 12-year-old Iranians.
God.
But no, it was a good game. It was quite interesting. It was interesting actually. It was very interesting because the highest AT I think I had was 21.
Yeah,
which was
the only thing that's really hurting me was those flank shots from the tow jeeps on the T-80s. Until we get into that assault later, where you you manage to start firing dragons into my back and stuff like that.
Woohoo! The dragon, the mighty dragon.
Yeah, fishing versus my era armor, but ultimately it worked. It got me down to like 2 tanks at one point.
It's just that's it. It's a war of attrition.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was good. And then didn't you guys play?
Yeah, so we then played at Dice Saloon.
We did.
And so my force was the same. I'm trying my best to keep my force static. So Eddie, you want to talk through your force?
Yeah, French Canadians, eh? So it's a Canadian mechanised company of M113, so 2 platoons of the infantry with M113s. No upgrades, no missiles, no shenanigans, just bare bones. Plus the command. There is 4 M113 mortars, which I think are the 80mm big ones.
81s.
81s, yeah, the large ones.
Well, the larger ones are
The large ones,
120s.
120s, yeah.
But I don't think Canadians have those. I'm pretty sure
No.
81s.
They're not 60 mil.
No, 81 millimeter.
60 mil.
Your medium mortars, 81 millimeter
Yeah.
medium mortars, yeah. M125s.
And then the one drop reserve in this shape of 4 Leopard 2s.
Canadian Leopard 2s.
Canadian Leopard 2s, which are all in formation.
Disgusting.
And then in support, I have 4 ADATs, because why would you not? It's a bit rude not to. I would have the 6 ADATs, but it's only 95 points. Because it's 5 points for 2 ADATs. It's beautiful.
What's their 80? 80, 20 something, isn't it? 23?
24.
24 with heat and guided.
As I found out.
And then just to support that, to put the French into French Canadian, 24 VBL Jeeps. As a support, as an allied formation.
Showing why the Allied system
12 points or something, yeah.
For about 20 points, yeah. Because there's 3 Milan 2s, TOW 2s.
But Milan carriers, but you chose to have them on with Milan 2 missiles.
Yeah, Milan 2s, and then the rest are all the other 21
pairs
hulls.
of Jeeps armed with Appalachian missiles.
Is it 21? No, it must be different then.
It's all pairs, isn't it? HQ is 2, and then you got the
Yeah, 20 odd. I got
lots,
the number.
Lots of Jeeps.
23 Jeeps.
Oh my days.
23 Jeep. No, yeah, 23 Jeeps. Yeah, because it's 3 Milans, 20. So 10 platoons of 2.
Do you know what's in your army? Just
No, I was trying to think.
too much stuff.
I knew I had one Jeep model I wasn't using.
Okay.
I was trying to think what it was, but that's because I was thinking it was. They came in packs of 5, but they don't. Obviously, they're in a blister pack of 4.
Ah.
So I've got I have 24 models, but I only use 23 of them in the game, which is fine.
What's the fourth one going to be?
I don't know.
OP?
I mean, the whole formation's OP.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, totes OP.
Totes OP. So we talked about it because I hadn't actually thought about the stance. Did we, Lee? And then I was like, and then you quite wisely said, just defend, because why would you not defend?
Yeah. So I went maneuver, thinking Eddie would go defend. I went maneuver because my best to try and force a mobile battle. Last thing I wanted was to him to get a static game like No Retreat. So of course he rolled and he got No Retreat.
He got No Retreat.
Because we're playing with a table in the back of the book, which apparently has No Retreat as an option.
Yeah.
I thought there were no missions in the maneuver stance where you got deep reserves, but apparently there is. So Eddie was defending.
I was defending a No Retreat.
Mines went down. Yeah, their ADATs went into ambush.
Yep.
Like say you 1-drop reserve of the Leopards.
Which is also my required deep reserve.
Yep. So I had the BMPs and the CO and the mine plow equipped platoon right flank to try and get through the mines to go into the forwardmost objective. And then I had the BMP threes and the Shulkers and the last three T80s and hook round and hit the centre objective or reinforce the first one. And you had your tow jeeps arranged in front of, not tow jeeps, Appalast equipped jeeps in front of them.
Yeah, because there was basically two large cornfields on that side, whereas the other half was a bit open. So I doubled up the infantry platoons with the HQ sat on the open objective in their foxholes, and then the rest was the central one that I placed was swarmed with jeeps and mortar carriers.
Yeah, mortars at the back, which would come into play later, as we found out. So I was thinking was the tow jeeps, also the French jeeps are basically the armor zeros. The thing that's going to shred them is autocannons.
Front armor 1, thank you.
Front armor 1, okay. Either way, trim it
relevant. Yeah.
Side armor 0.
All right. I'm hitting them on 6s, but I throw enough dice. I'm going to get those 6s.
Oh boy, did you?
Because in the first turn, I think I shredded like 4 jeeps in the first salvo. So
you did,
yeah. God.
Took one of your. I took a 2IC out. I took 2 out in one. I basically annihilated one platoon and took out another from another platoon, which then promptly ran away in your turn. But I also moved my tanks into the minefield. They both failed a skill check. One survived the actual armor road, and one was bailed. I thought, okay, great. I'm in the minefield. Next time I can clear it, and I can plow into his Canadian mech infantry because I don't care about no Carl Gustavs. All I got to do is survive the salvo ADATS missile. So it's 24 versus 20. It's like a 4+ save. I can do that. I could not do that.
No.
It didn't help that three of them hit as well.
Oh, yeah. 3. So it's like, it should be like a 50-50 roll. 3 of them hit. So all 3 tanks in that platoon just basically disappeared. Because he not only did he pass, I failed my armor rolls, he passed all his firepower checks.
By 3 out of 5 powers, yeah.
And then the Milan, just insult the injury, Milan 2 then took out the CO.
From across the board. Little VPL jeeps.
So I was down 40 80s by the end of Eddie's turn 1.
Oh my God.
Because I also smoked your BMP company.
Yeah.
And mainly that was to cut the line of sight from the repeat bombardment from the Carnations, because I didn't want that ploughing into my poor infantry.
Yeah.
Which I think worked quite well, because the +1 did kind of save some teams from having to get hit.
It did. Because in retrospect, what we said afterwards, what I should have done was drop the smoke right in front of my T-80s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then that would have saved me from that opening barrage of the ADATs, which I knew were an ambush. I knew were going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I was just hoping for some...
I mean, you got unlucky there, and you forced me to put the ADATs in the open, because there was only the buildings down that side.
I had nothing... Although I forced you to do it, I had nothing to follow up to kill them afterwards. And I think that's what really hurt me that game, was not dealing with the ADATs.
They're a funny one to crack, aren't they? Because they're not super armoured. They've got a very long range, though, haven't they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got...
But no moving rate of fire.
No,
so they're flak 88s, or Lanciers, basically. So you got to get them in place, and then...
I mean, you can charge them down because they've got a minimum range of 16 inches. It takes a while to gather the laser up. But that wasn't practical in their retreat, which is why I tried to avoid their retreat as a mission. They were as far back as they could have maximised that use of range. I mean, they were very well placed, no doubt. But after that, but on the left flank, the BMP 3s and the Shulkers were having a whale of a time just killing all these French armoured cars.
The poor French just getting machine gunned.
I think you bailed one of my BMP 3s with an Appalachian miss at one point, but he got back in next turn.
I think I missed you the Milans.
Yeah. I killed... the thing with the Milans is I killed 2 of them, and then I killed your CO, and the CO ran over and took over the last Milan, so it wouldn't run away.
It did.
Which ended pretty frustrating.
Fearless CO Milan.
Yeah. And so I was really threatening that the central objective until the Leopards arrived.
Yep.
They opened up on the 4080s that were still alive and bounced off.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah, because I forgot the AT wasn't as good.
Yeah. But then my return fire, because I've only got 4 shots because I'm T80s, I only got scored 2 hits and 1 kill. And then, of course, because it's Lee, I failed the 2+ firepower to kill the other one. So I bailed at Leopard 2.
I must admit, though, there is something absolutely glorious, having played Flames of War this time, played a bit of Team Yankee, but not properly, so to speak. There was something glorious about going, I can move these tanks 14 inches and fire twice with stabilizers, not caring about range. I am the king of the battlefield.
And it's just trying to remember that.
Yeah. That's what, it was one of the things, because I play a bit more Team Yankee, you guys, I had to actually just explain to Eddie, look, it's not, you don't get a +1 to hit for stabilizers, advanced stabilizers. Yeah. You just have a 14-inch tactical.
Yeah, with no downside.
You can't assault or use machine guns. That's the only downside of it. Yep. And when you're killing T80s, that's not a downside. But yeah, so what actually stopped me from making a run the objective was the absolute simplest thing ever of your mortar carriers chasing down my shulkers and machine gunning me with 50 cals and killing my shulkers.
Oh my God.
By that point, so there's 2 things. I think you've met there was the second platoon of T80s that were in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
that I popped a couple of, but then I managed to get
I was down to 2, yeah.
down to 2, but that's
Because
because I blitzed and then moved 2 of my Appalachian Jeeps into your side and took one out with those, who gloriously died straight away afterwards to BMP fire.
Right, yeah. But RPG fire, I shot you with the RPG.
RPG, that was it. RPG fire.
RPG VR, just literally ripping you apart.
But yeah, the sidearm shot from the Appalachian missile, classic.
What's the minimum range on the Appalachian?
There isn't.
There isn't.
It's a 16-inch range.
It's just a disposable rocket, basically.
That's really good.
It's just firing laws at the top. So that took one out. Then the ADATs took out the other ones at range with some sneaky blitzing, missile shooting death. So that left the Leopard 2s to drive across and kill your BMP3s in a fusillade of shots, which just felt like just wrong, just complete overkill. But yeah, the 50 cal armed mortar carriers getting their revenge was quite juicy. I did enjoy that. So, yeah, they do actually have 50 cals on them.
Pop. Yeah.
Well, they'd fired the smoke, and then that was it. That's all they'd done. It just sat there. Like, oh, okay. But it's a bit silly. It's a bit silly, the swinginess of the weapons, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Well, I think that's the thing. It's so much more deadly.
Yeah.
Than flames. Well, it should be. Sorry, Lee. More deadly.
Apart from if you can't roll 2+, oh god.
Yeah.
2+ firepowers are my weakness, but it was a very good game. Although I lost game versus you, I still think the army was working to an extent. I mean,
I was sweating.
Yeah.
I was sitting there going, have I made a terrible mistake? Because none of this is working the way it's supposed to, and you've got a shed load of autocannons that are just vaporizing that formation.
But yeah, so I mean, I then had 2 last games out of the list to really sort of work out where I was going with it. I played Mike down the barn against his US Marine Corps, which has been a bogey list for me because I've yet to beat his US Marine Corps at 80 points.
Yeah.
So 95 points, I thought it'd be even worse because now he's got even more toys to play with. He's got some M109s in his army. He had his 5 Patton tanks, 2 flights of 2 Cobra with TOW-2 missiles, his 4 AV-8Bs that he plays as the A6 intruders, 2 full-strength platoons of US Marine Corps with helicopters.
And he's just got so much stuff.
And 2 Cho Jeeps. Yeah. Oh, and the Lav ADs as well, which are surprisingly frightening, the Lav ADs, especially
they're awesome.
BMPs. Yeah.
My Visage is quaking. That's a lot of.
That's a lot of lots of dice.
It'd be a really hard one. So the first thing we played, he went defense stance, and he found his army was not set up for deep defense because of all the air support.
Yep.
And so for the second mission, game went maneuver, but the first game he was tied into doing defend. So playing no retreat. He managed to he had his A6s on at the start, along with the infantry, the TOW Jeeps, the Lav ADs, and the M109s. And set up his infantry on one flank, infantry in the centre, with a river sort of between us. M109s at the back. And I basically concentrated all my anti-air around, ran I had my T-80s with the ploughs on the left flank opposite the minefields, not intending to go into minefields. I just want to tie down a platoon by being a threat.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the force basically went up the right flank to hook round onto the centre objective with the BMP3s intending to go chase the M109s down and kill them. His A6s come on, and he loses 2 of them straight away, but he managed to drop some cluster bombs, which bail one of their SAMs, but they get back in next turn. I'm just slowly working my way up. I've got plenty of time. I don't need a rush, is what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just rolling the tanks up. The Pattons arrive and promptly kill the BMP3s because I got a bit too ballsy with them.
Oh, no.
That's not a
But
fair
then
fight.
Did
Yeah.
you
They
overextend?
no. I was trying. I just thought of the patterns here, but I'll still try and kill their M109s, which I should. I should just pull their BMPs back because it's just like, yes, I got a recall missile, but I can't use it when I'm point blank range. But the T-80s then wiped out most of the pattern tanks. His helicopters are arriving, but will then start to die to the Shulkers and the SA-13s. I think all his intruders died by like the fourth turn, just from trying to do runs and just getting shot down each time. I was having a really good time with the SAM systems. And then I assaulted the T-80s into his rifleman. The only thing that could hurt me was a small, but it's fishing for ones, and they missed.
Oof.
And I forced him back in one turn, and the next turn I did it again and pushed him off the objective and won the game. And so we set up again. He went for manoeuvre this time and rolled counterattack. And this game was a lot closer because basically, because he didn't throw out deep reserves, he could have his helicopters at the start. And the helicopters with TOW-2 missiles were hurting.
Ugh.
God.
I bet, but that said, especially because my SAM systems just didn't seem to play ball that day and roll firepower. I also got caught out by I left the small platoon of T-80s to cover my flank, knowing his patterns would come on behind me. But I forgot they can come on both sides of the corner. And so he managed to avoid them. Shot my 4 T-80s in the CO in the rear, killing all but the platoon commander in the CO. But those 2 tanks then went on a rampage, assaulted in. So they'd already killed, between the 4 tanks, had killed the LAV ADs. The remaining 2 then killed the M109s, assaulted in. And it was slow going, but over the course of the next few turns, I just kept grinding him down. The T-80s were hitting me, were being hit by TOWs, but now it's Mike's turn not to pass firepower. And so I managed to eventually scrap out a win by basically just pushing him off the objective again. Just bully boying him off the objective. But I had the infantry supporting by the end of it. Because getting right, it's only going to take one tank getting bailed and it'll be all over, basically. But yeah, so I managed to get 2 wins out of Mike. 2 very close games. It really came down to, certainly the second game, just having one good turn where things went my way enough to actually just get onto the objective, ready for the second turn to push him off. But yeah, certainly Mike was playing a lot. His dice were going a lot better in the second game. He had, like I say, had his reserves on, had his helicopters on at the start that really start hurting me with the TOW missiles. I was getting to the point where I was trying to shoot the BMPs at helicopters to try and kill them.
Oh my God.
Which wasn't going very well, but I was running out of options because Shulkers were all dead. The SA-13s were 2 are dead, 2 are bailed, and the Manpad team died in the second turn to an artillery barrage.
Did you find that you were still struggling with flank shots because of the amount of stuff, the threat vectors?
Yes, because those pattern tanks when they came on, like I say, they shot me in the bit. There's nothing I could do about them shooting me in the rear.
No.
Yeah.
And then my counter of the 3 T-80s I kept back was let down with jet engine cross 2+. I failed 2 cross checks. Only 1 tank actually managed to get a shot on, which then promptly missed because it's rate of fire 1.
What's the pattern? 80? Is it 19?
20.
20.
It's a 105, but it's the 105 with the DU rounds. So
Yeah.
So on the
It's gonna make a
flanks,
mess.
it can really hurt me,
Yeah.
which he did. But he
Interesting.
got tied up by the T-80, the second two T-80s and the BMP-3s going back to deal with him. Because like Eddie didn't realise that BMP-3s can move and shoot the missile attack.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even the 100mm gun's bloody horrible.
It's infantry, yeah, because it's brutal. It's got 90 tank worth of damage apart from the missile, but yeah. But yeah, so at the 4 games I played, I feel the T-80s are. It's not a very powerful list, but I feel like I know more about its strengths and its weaknesses now to actually sort of go into a tournament with.
Do you feel comfortable with it, playing it?
Oh, I feel comfortable. I know it's not going to challenge the top seat, but I feel comfortable enough that I should be able to deal with most things I face now.
Nice.
But what's going to hurt me is just the fact I can't put out a lot of high-end shots because I may rate fire 1.
Yeah.
I just need to remember the BMP-3 is not a tank.
No.
That's what hurts them. That's
It's
why they
points
die.
like a tank, but
But it is you're definitely going to get your games in, which is something as well, because there's only 2 and a bit hours around.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so that's why I want to go with a nice small compact force for a Soviet force. So
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Mhm.
I'd go with a nice small compact.
Passage force. You nutter.
like I said, movement trays your friends.
Well, I'm thinking about changing it up because I've got the 2 companies. I don't know, it might work because I've got Chieftains and I've got T62s.
Oh, okay.
I could use.
I mean, I like the Passage because it re-renders anti-tank a complete waste of time against your force.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and it's
Hey,
so
Dats are
cheap.
going, I wish I had a machine gun.
Yeah,
And I don't think we're in threat of running out of time because yes, you've got a lot of stuff to move, but you're experienced player. You know how to move your stuff quickly.
yeah. Well,
So I
sometimes
think
you don't have to spread it out nicely, do you? You just have to get it moving.
it's good to drones anyway, so you don't really care about spreading out. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be interesting. I can see why you're concerned. I just don't think it necessarily would be a concern. But
Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, the other thing is just to clear up as well after each game.
that is more a thing. Yeah, get everything back in the box.
Oh my
triple,
god!
triple hard coat them so you can just like scrape them off the table.
Tip the table and just put
God Almighty! Can you
like
imagine?
an inch of hard coat on there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just rolling up like marbles.
La 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 la. Just
Yeah, looking forward to the tournament. Catch up with Harry and see how it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
If it goes well, we'll go back for the April 20th one.
well, we might. We'll see how it goes. You know.
That's it. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
If I've been banned for turning up with French Canadian cheese.
Oh my god! Well, that's all right. We're just going to go into the car park and give you a good kicking afterwards.
So ridiculous. Yeah, the only reason I'm taking it is because it's the tournament's decided on wins first.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no way that list is ever going to get.
Yeah, like I said, it was a 6-3 win versus me,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter. The win's the important bit.
I quite like that as a change up.
Oh,
to the
I really
dynamic.
like it because it means you can take these silly lists of just.
Well, and it should be that. I think winning's winning, right? Whether you win 6-3, like some, not all lists are creative. It's just a different dynamic. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
No points for a draw.
No.
Disqualify for a draw.
Yep. Testicles booted.
DQ, get out.
Yeah. So what else do you guys play? You guys play anything else?
I played Star Trek Ascendancy, which is still
Always
one of
a
the
good
most
game.
fun games. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Played
That's
some
a
more.
Gale Force 9 game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's
It's an amazing game. The best bit is the exploration phase. It's really good. It's a critical mass game as well, so it's always fun, and its replayability is very good.
Oh, good. Another stellar phenomenon's going to kill my ship. Oh, it's died. There you go.
Yep.
I think I had one game where I was basically hemmed in by stellar phenomenons I couldn't get past. So I was off my own little corner, just surrounded by death, basically.
You went Ferengi then as well, trying to trade your way to victory, but having no relationships with anyone.
Yeah. I see that one being done.
And I played some Morton McGallorium as well.
Ooh.
So
don't go the Meg route.
My late Romans came out. My very late Romans. They were facing some Sassanid Persians. Still a very good set. It's a good set of rules.
Nice.
But that's been it since Christmas. Bearing in mind we're only 2 weeks into.
Yes, exactly. That's pretty good. My car has decided to Frau Schmetterling took a turn for the worst, so she needs a new fuel pump, which is why I couldn't go to the game.
I thought you fixed.
Oh, I thought I fixed the first bit, and then coming home last weekend from Kennedy, she decided to die on the A23, resulting in me getting called out with the police to close the lane to get me recovered.
Oh no!
No.
It's gonna be fine. It's fine.
It's all good.
So we feel so confident getting to the tournament.
Oh,
But it's fine. She'd be like Trigger's broom by that point. She'll, 20 years old, but no part inside her would be older than
nothing original.
Years. Yeah, nothing's original. Just replace.
Yeah. What's his? And then what is I've forgotten the name of the ship now.
Oh, person.
The Greek one.
It's all Greek to me.
Yeah, but it's basically Trigger's Broom.
It is, yeah.
Trigger's Broom's the one, the true one.
Just one other thing that occurred against my game versus Mike. That's what I learnt to my cost. Was in the first, I was trying to assault on the objective. Like I said, managed to do the first assault, got onto the objective. Mike was forced to counter by sending his M109s onto my flank because M109s don't have heat.
Oh no!
So the anti-tank 15 versus my side armor 10. Thankfully, slow firing, but he managed to blow one T80 to smithereens because it's firepower auto. And so that was a learning experience in that game.
And now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, my shulkers came along and shredded all three of them, killed one and bailed the other two.
Yeah, I can't imagine the armor save of 109 is much.
No.
It's one, yeah. And so the shulker was adequate against it.
I can't really. I mean,
actually, no, it might have been 2 or 3 or something like that. I've got the shulker still.
I was going to say, because I somehow think a 109 is slightly more substantial than a Jeep.
No. Yeah. It's all relative.
It's all relative. But
all
yeah, it was
bad.
It was one of those bits where it's not often I encounter something I didn't realise before, but in this game, but that was it. That was definitely one thing. So M109s, let's pick up my couple of stripes. M109s are front armor 2. There you are.
Front armor 2, twice as armored as a Jeep.
Yeah, so Shulker can sort of deal with them, but it does have a save. But yeah, there you go.
Ah, nice.
Shall we go to room 101?
Yeah, so room 101 is... What's that from?
George Orwell's 1984.
It is 1984, and it's the room that you put things in and they never come out again.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there was a BBC show, basically.
That's the bit I remember.
Yeah. Showing your culture there. Well done.
Yeah.
I've got 1984 on the shelf for me to read, because I've never actually read it.
Have you not? What?
No, I'm a heretic.
But it's compulsory reading at GCSE, Eddie.
Yeah, but that's if you did GCSEs. I'm joking. I did do GCSEs. I've just never had to. I've never had to read it at school. I've picked up.
I didn't read it at school. I read it much later in life.
Enough of the motifs through pop culture and my learned friends. So,
well, you can be, you know.
Yes, on a TV show, you'd have guests that come on and argue why something should go into room 101.
Yeah. So I thought it would be fun, as it's episode 101, to ask our patrons for positivity and happiness about all the things they don't wish to see anymore in the wargaming world.
Yeah, you asked them to put things into a room they never want to see again, and then expected.
I thought it'd be funnier. Brandon Digidi Antonio. The aggressive comments on the Battlefront Facebook page. It's like I don't disagree.
Well, I think what we have to do is because they're not here. There's no one to advocate for these, right? So we have to advocate them. So we'll have to nominate someone who wishes to advocate for the point and one who wishes to argue against.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to advocate for at least there's people who are still passionate about the hobby.
Is that passion?
Because you could have someone slagging off the hobby to an empty, dead Facebook page.
Oh my God, are we really there?
No, we're not.
Is that where we're operating
That's
at?
me trying to defend aggressive comments on Facebook.
That's what I mean, the undefensible.
There's someone there to make them.
Where's O.J. Simpson's lawyer?
Speech argument, but he went for that.
No, I don't believe it. It's not that freedom of speech.
We need O.J.'s lawyer. He's good. He'll be fine.
If the blister don't fit, you must acquit.
Exactly.
Aggressive. As I said, aggressive comments. Just it's you don't need to be aggressive. Media. Just you can make your case without being aggressive.
It's a game, dude. Yeah, chill out.
I agree. Recreational outrage is old hat. I think that's a very worthy addition to Room 101. Need the sound. I don't sound effect.
Yeah, we need the sound effect. There you go.
QT Quentin Taylor, following on the happiness, says he'd like to put into Room 101 the not being able to buy the models needed to play the game.
See, I don't think that's a thing.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's because it's just
My search for Australian infantry says otherwise, but okay.
Yeah, what universally though, you can't find any Australian bush hat wearing figures.
No, I can't because not everything has duplicate people doing it. There's no one else doing
Yeah.
Cold War era Australians in 50mm.
Peter Pig,
They don't.
they can do head swaps. They do bush hats.
What am I going to head swap with though?
I don't know. A US Marine outfit. There you go. It's 15 mil. What do you care?
I want SLR. I do care because I can recognise the rifles of 50.
I'm just trolling Lena. Yeah, I know.
Just endlessly trollingly.
That is frustrating because they did have some of the nicest ranges for things that were quite obscure.
Which is why, hopefully, I think the release schedule is a bit quieter. I think, hopefully, they're doing it intentionally to enable a good stock level of where they are.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, we'll see. James, competition winner Clark, says, I just wish I'd found this game 20 years ago. The amount I spent on a certain other games company still haunts me.
Oh, brother, it's just part of the learning lesson, right?
Yeah,
come on,
don't
Eddie.
sell it. Don't sell it though.
Eddie, did you ever buy a Calvin Klein T-shirt?
No.
Did you ever buy any kind of quote unquote designer T-shirt?
No.
I've got an original Gorka Morka one.
Oh my god. Okay. This analogy has fallen on its arse already.
It has. I don't quite get what you're trying to say.
Well, because as a kid, like I remember, it's like 17, 18, buying like a pair of, I think they were they Hilfiger jeans, something like that, and it's just like this is just a 30 quid pair of jeans. Like it's not. I mean, this is the thing. It gets you in. You think it's cool. We wouldn't be playing this game if it wasn't for Games Workshop. Let's face it.
Sure. I see what you're saying. Yeah, no. The trouble is, I love GW stuff. I take it for what it is. It's overpriced. It's not perfect. I don't expect it to be perfect, but it's pretty damn good.
But yeah, we've all been there.
We've all been there. That's the thing. But yeah. Anyway, James, that's not to go to room 101, mate, because you've got a free army coming your way. Hooray!
Yeah. You can't put Games Workshop in room 101.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, none of us.
Too big.
No, too big.
It's too big.
Yeah, the British economy at this point would just tank on its arse.
We'd have to put the British fishing industry in there first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
free up room.
Three Cornishmen and a small dog called Snatch. Yeah.
And a bathtub. Scott Hutchinson would like to put this. People whose need to win far exceeds their rules reading comprehension level and capacity for compromise.
That's like a dagger to the soul. Yeah,
I've all been there.
I like the way the phrasing there, though. The need to win, like there's some kind of like Egyptian cosmic scale there. Where they got the heart and the feather on.
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe these people are just so misunderstood because they have actually had like a pact with a demonic entity. If they don't win, there is greater consequence.
Yeah, they go to
don't understand. Hell. I really need to use this lucky card again.
No, you never need to use a lucky card.
I always remember some guy trying to justify why, with the original version 3 Tiger Ace's skill, there was a way you could have more than 2 Tiger Ace skills in a platoon if you kept rolling 6s or something weird like that. I'm just saying, I think you're taking a very judicious reading there.
Yes.
I think my issue becomes more the people trying to win. The people just trying not to lose and just end up drawing the game because they see it as not losing.
Yeah.
There are no winners here. Let's put it that way.
I don't like having mutually assured destruction as a game mechanism at company level game.
Curtis LeMay screaming, "Kill 'em all!" Yeah.
Glow sticks LeMay, yes.
Yeah.
Harry Y. Contentious issue. from room 101, painting tracks and roller wheels.
Oh, a roller.
I mean, I do it, but I don't like it.
I mean, does anyone like it?
No, I don't
Well, that's
know.
why I've started just airbrushing them.
Oh, yeah. Look, you can't comment on this.
I have
You
no
have
skin in this
you have
game.
no you have no dog in this fight.
I am about to paint 23 Jeeps, but I have no skin in this game. I mean, I did that with my ETC army. I just sprayed it burnt umber, and it looks all right. Oh God, Duncan's eaten the microphone.
No, that was a long sigh. No, because I think I've got PTSD from painting tracks.
Me too, exactly. And the PTSD I've got is because I my German armor, my first ones, I was like, okay, rot brown. There you go. There's the undercoat. Then I dry brush some metal.
Yeah,
I dry
exactly.
brush some dust, and then I put some mud on it, and it's brown.
Yes.
And I was like, wait a minute, what if I just sprayed it brown? Oh,
But
it's just the same.
This is like people who paint the inside of tanks, though, and then glue it all shut.
Oh, don't.
Oh, yes. I saw someone doing it recently. Their Rubicon
Yep.
King Tiger, fully painting the interior, and then, it's shut. Oh, so you can take the top off. No, it's all cleared up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
Ivan's in there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, roller wheels I don't paint. I can't do that.
I saw something really interesting the other day about how the interlocking road wheels of a Panther,
Oh God. Okay.
right, the outer rim where they overlap would often wear. No, it wasn't that. It was the where the track plate. You've got the guiding spine, the bit in the middle of the inside of the track.
Was that the tank commander? Guidance spine.
Guidance spine. Guidance spine up. Where no, how the tracks are flat, but on the inside they've got the bit that sticks up. That
Yes.
goes in. Yeah, that rubs and it causes a shiny rim on the outside of the road wheels.
This week on Conservative MP podcast.
No, the thing is, there's
shiny
like
rims.
It was a modelling thing, and there's about 3 or 4 pictures of them, and you could see in the black and white picture that all the actual inner road wheels for about the same height as the track guide on the track plates, about 2 inches, really shiny pure metal where it just rubbed everything off, and it makes sense if you think about it. You get a bit of a misadjustment. It's rubbing too much, and it's just like. But just this weird Panther, like, camouflage, beautiful, this, that, the other, and then just this really bright, shiny, like, pimp rims.
Just once
White
again,
walls.
the Panther, the pinnacle of German technology.
Oh, love it.
What would you do, though? What's the alternative? So if you put them into 101...
Spray them brown.
Is that the alternative?
The alternative is they come fully painted.
No, because...
But only the tracks.
Yeah, okay.
Just fully painted. That's the future, isn't it? Is when you get colour 3D printing.
Yep.
You have replacement track set that it's just 3D, because they've started to do that now with again scale modelling, the photo etch parts. So you have the thin sheets of photo etched metal for highly detailed pieces, normally like seat belts and wiring harnesses and instruments and handles and levers, because you can make them a lot more to scale than you can plastic injection. And the next step is now they're coming on the sprue painted.
There you go.
So
stick them in 101.
101, they're gone. Until then, you'll just have to...
I don't know. Make it, make grey plastic.
Hover tanks. We'll just play Team Yankee 30-20 or something. Team Yankee 13-8. Yeah, Team Yankee 2087. There you go.
No, I was quite looking forward to 1385 then. Like Team Yankee, but like we're back to Polynesian Canoe Wars. I think in that
one. Harry N. brackets beard and glasses. Oh, wait, I just realised that.
Close brackets.
They've swapped their names to stop getting confused. Classic. Why not, boys?
Yeah. Figured it out. Figured it out.
Yeah, figured it out. Classic. Now I know exactly which Harry it is. I want to lock away decals and transfers that turn into fragments as soon as they hit the water. You've no way of knowing they're bad until you need them. Had this with typhoons recently. Yeah, they've been.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can advocate against that.
No, set on fire. Put a
is that when they're
round.
old? Is that just old?
Yeah, it's just old decals.
It's partly old and partly the sheet being too thin for its own good.
Yeah.
On the other hand, there are other flip side of that. Is you go for some of the sheets I had recently, where it's super thick and no amount of microsols can make a blend in with the model.
Oh yeah, they had that weird thing, didn't they? Where they were almost like stickers.
Yeah, it's the cellulose layer, isn't it?
Yeah.
How thick that is.
Yes,
I was putting on layer after layer after layer, decal softeners, trying.
Again, something that is interesting is the use of textured decals. So there's scale modeling. Can you tell what YouTube videos I've been watching over Christmas? Scale modeling ones.
Oh my god!
Well, I've got to make a dent on that stash somehow. Get the motivation.
That pile, yeah, multiple Spitfires.
The real horde, yeah.
Who even likes Spitfires that much?
I don't like it that much, but I've got like 12. They're the instrument panel decals, but textured. So you sand down the flat piece, stick the decal on, and it has the instrument bezels and all the raised detail on the decal itself.
Is that just not a sticker at that point?
Well, I mean, that is kind of getting a little bit like that. But to me, it does mark a point in the modelling hobby where they're using technology to make things easier instead of harder. Because they used to, which sounds weird, but in scale modelling, there was a whole thing for the longest time that you buy a kit and then you buy the upgrades to the kit.
Brass etch bits and pieces.
Brass etch bits, resin dropping conversion bits that normally cost the same amount as the kit again on their own. Yeah. So you're doubling the cost of the kit to cut out and not use half the original kit to put this stuff in that often was an absolute sod to fit.
Yeah.
It was really hard to use to get a result out of and only looked marginally better. But that was apparently, now at least they're using technology to make things easier. Carl Stop Person says, Room 101, opponents who are suspiciously interested in the SS.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't know what you mean. Are we the baddies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a certain level of investment that's unsettling.
Yes.
As I said, playing SS does not make you a bad guy. Playing SS with a Piper did nothing wrong t-shirt.
Yeah.
More red flag.
Or kill them all and let God sort them out t-shirt. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Or interesting Scandinavian runes on a t-shirt. Yes.
My other car's a gas wagon. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Is that better or worse than this one?
Is it better? It's probably more. It's probably less points. I'll tell you that much.
And more effective.
More effective. Oh no, that's gone. That's gone. That's too much. I can't see the line anymore.
I can't see. It's because it's underground. Martin Turner has very in Martin's impeccable style. His post reads the following: 101 - metal wheels.
Close hyphen.
No, just literally 101 - metal wheels. No other punctuation needed.
So
Job done.
Just to confirm the previous point, Nazis so SS into room 101, clearly.
If you have to ask.
Yeah, exactly.
No problem.
I just wanted to make that abundantly clear.
But being overly enthusiastic about the SS.
Yes. Yeah.
Metal wheels. It's not. It's also the way that the metal wheels connect to the resin bodies.
Yeah. And the thing is, this is what I said about the other day. When you had your French Jeeps,
yes,
I asked you, are these the ones with the resin on there? And we were talking, because I said about how the SES Jeeps, the end of version 3, had the wheels as integral parts of the body in resin with no underfill. I was going to take a photo to prove it. So
I can't remember that.
It came right at the end of version 3, and it had universal carriers with the tracks built on exactly the same way.
Is that not the drop cast ones?
No,
They were-
so they had before that they had drop cast ones. We had the base built in, and you had all the
I
infill.
like the little bases.
Yeah, some people did, and some didn't.
I quite like them for Jeeps. I didn't mind them for Jeeps. They were
quite
small
partial.
enough where it was.
Yeah. But with the SCS Jeeps, and I think there's a few other things. Really, at the end of version 3, they had the wheels on, but that was it. There's no built-on base, no infill. It was apparently some new technology they'd done, and they then disappeared. They never did it again.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, because it made it so much simpler. Now they put on all those sodding wheels onto everything.
Yeah, I mean they're just miserable.
I must admit, the French Jeeps were not bad at all. Like, I didn't have any of the old school zigzag wheels. There was like maybe one wheel that was a bit like, this is going to be a bit of a grind and look a bit lopsided. But out of the 80 odd wheels, it's not a bad ratio.
See, to me, it's not even the wheels. The wheels were like they were like, I don't know, poorly cast coins.
Yeah.
But it was the way that they actually sat in the resin block where you couldn't get them to, like, it just didn't sit.
Yeah.
So you ended up
Doesn't
with
sit
like,
level.
I can remember I've got some quad 2 centimeter German half tracks. For the half track, the wheels are like 5 mil off the ground.
Yeah, I remember that.
And you're like, oh no, how? And it's too much brain power to try and even fix it. And then you look at them and go, oh, that just looks ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They appear to fix this in the latest batch.
Yeah. I know it's gone away, but I'm just thinking. The question was, Martin was very articulate. It was metal wheels.
Metal
I
wheel.
don't think metal wheels are the issue. I think it's the resin hole that the metal wheel
Ooh.
engages with that is the issue.
That's true, because there's been enough terrible times where you're trying to put a metal part into a resin body and it's got a lump and a miscast and you have to file the thing down.
You have to chip away at it like a ice off a glacier.
And then you take half the tank apart.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm going to gently Dremel this off. Oh no, wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Oh, I used to have an epidermis. No, I don't.
What do you reckon, guys? Metal wheels in or out?
I'm gonna say out. I'm gonna say out.
Out. Oof,
Yeah.
Shake it all about.
I'm fine with them. It's the interface that's the issue.
How about badly fitted metal wheels?
Yeah, sure. All right, yeah. Go on then.
Gone.
Yeah.
There we go. Jacob says from Room 101, competitive, win at all costs, min-max, list building and gameplay.
Yeah, kill them. Just don't even put me in room 101 at this point. Just shoot them. Just shoot them. Put them against the wall and wish them the best.
Well, you say that. I mean,
But it's a game. It's a game, dude. If your life is that lacking that this is the only way that you can feel some kind of fulfillment, like you probably need to have a look at that.
People do the same about tennis.
Yeah,
That's a game.
I don't like those people either. Yeah, I think you're underestimating how many people I don't like on this planet. I think that's where you've fallen down.
Dunk. Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it's a thing, right? People like to go and win. Fine, let them get on with it. Yeah,
I think
I don't play them because I'm at the bottom of the table. Bottom table's having fun, kissing girls and actually,
people kissing people.
Yeah, at this point, it's animal, vegetable, mineral.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not,
Consensually doing things with stuff.
Yeah, come here, Flossie.
I think the problem is the win at all costs, right? That to me, the first part is the important bit because min-max, list building, gameplay.
Yeah, I don't mind that. If you've got a hard list, you've got a hard list, right?
Yeah,
you still don't have to be a douche about it, do you?
Yeah, that's the all costs bit. Like win at all costs at the peril of other people's enjoyment.
Is it not also making winning your personality? Is that not an element
Almost,
of that?
Yeah. It's that thing where you can't just play to just enjoy the game. You have to win is the thing.
It's ruffle stomping someone into the dirt.
Seal clubbing.
Yeah.
But
you like what? Clubbing seals, you were going to say then? You were going to say that, and I was going to get you Greenpeace then.
See, the thing for me is to say that blanket, it's bad. And
not-
for you, to me,
not
that's quite
bad,
a
is it?
personal thing. Because, and that's the thing, Room 101 is it's gone forever. I think it has a place. I would gladly put win at all cost mentality in the wrong place.
You put it in
Right?
the wrong place.
Yeah.
Where would you put
But
it?
also, okay, so the win at all costs, because there's a cost personally that I'm not willing to cross.
Oh, I see what you mean. That it's the at all costs. Right, I see.
Competitive gameplay definitely has a place.
Yeah. It's the win at all costs thing.
Yeah, that's the bit. That's where it
All
crosses.
costs.
Yes, that's the bit
you've
that crosses
changed.
the line for me.
You've changed, Turner. The ECC has softened your
Oh, it
heart.
has. No, it has. It
it's-
has because it's given me a new focus. It's given me another couple of years of enjoyment out of this hobby and a new way to enjoy this hobby. And it's also given me how do I say this?
Sexually transmitted disease.
Well,
Okay.
what hasn't?
Yeah. Ebola. Yeah.
If anything, right, the ETC experience has allowed me to enjoy my casual gaming a lot more.
Because it's taken the edge off that need to win.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Okay.
It gives me a place to focus that personality. But it's not even a personality, is it? That's the thing. It's
Oh, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Fez.
no, it isn't, because it's not about, because I don't win at all costs. I want to win within the rule set by playing the game. I want to win the game.
Hold on, can we clarify as well? Does at all costs mean cheating?
Well, exactly.
Well, I think so. If you're saying at all costs,
At all costs
it's
means
like elastic tape measures.
yeah.
I'm going to take
Yeah.
that back, and I'm going to take it back to Amazon and go.
Then-
So that
yeah.
for me, that is not. That is that. Yeah. Win at all
fine.
costs does not exist. It shouldn't
Fine.
exist. Win at all costs, I put in Room 101. The min max list building competitive gameplay. Although he doesn't say, it says. I think that's the problem, is the juxtaposition of competitive being win at all costs. You can be competitive, and you can have min max lists, and you
Yep.
can have a good game, because you're not, that win at all cost thing doesn't.
Fine, I
come
agree.
in. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yep.
And it's hard to distinguish sometimes. But anyway, so for me, win at all costs, yes. The other bits, no, because they have a place. And it may not be a place for you, but I think they have a place
Okay,
because I enjoy them. That's why I've got French Canadians
that is why you're French Canadian.
and 2 land mattress batteries.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
Mikhail asks, proposes, oh God, using an oil wash and then it not drying for weeks because the oil paint is not mixed in the tube properly. Oh, drying times.
Oh, I've never used an oil wash, but I can imagine that's actually because
yeah.
oil paint doesn't actually dry, does it? Like there's
No,
still
just-
paintings
just-
that are still
You sort of
drying.
seal it, and that's it. Yeah.
Solidifies.
Oh, that would really upset me, especially if you can imagine like 3 years later picking up and leaving a fingerprint.
For weeks.
Mm.
Yeah, I think oil paints in general.
Oil paints in general. Leonardo da Vinci.
I think acrylics are fine, right?
Well, so critics have, in terms of drying, yes, critics have all the other problems like clumping. If you could say, Lee, what were you going to put in the room into room 101? Mine would have been that
Mine
thing
could-
with Valeos where you try and squeeze the paint out and nothing comes. You squeeze a bit harder and the entire bottle dumps
Yep.
out on the
Nice,
tile.
The
Yeah.
whole thing just goes, ah!
Nothing, everything.
I was going to ask you at the end, but I'm glad you got that out now.
Yeah, that felt like there was something on the edge there that just needed to be. Yeah.
Pent up release.
I still prefer it over the GW pots.
Well, that's not hard. They were designed by an absolute sociopath.
They're designed to maximise sales of paints by having a paint that dries out. Oh, definitely. I think it's been all but omitted.
Which ones?
Well,
Every
all of
paint
them.
they've ever made. Yeah.
The current ones.
There's never been a good pot. Yeah, the current ones. All my paints are dried out from the current ones as much as they have from the
Really?
old ones. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
But other than that, they're perfect.
They're fine. So oil wash scissors that don't dry
Yeah, get him
in the
there.
room. He's got a 2 for 2 for 1. Second one is hyper competitive players in a casual gaming scene.
Which I think we just kind of touched the last one about
I think that is.
when it all costs.
I think they touched you in the
They're gone.
terrible way as well.
In the bin.
Mm-hmm.
Although,
No, you said it now.
I can't
Write it back.
It's gone.
You can't write it back.
Chris93 says players which break the number one rule and loaded dice.
Mm-hmm.
Loaded. I've never played anyone with loaded dice. Have you?
Chris has, which is why he's saying it. I've heard the story before about one of his
my
opponents.
God.
His couldn't work out was on a losing streak against him, and he worked out the dice were.
Were they loaded, or was it the guy?
They were loaded.
There was the guy on the YouTube video clip at a Warhammer tournament. It's like Warhammer Sixth Ed or something ridiculous.
Oh, the dice in the toilet. Yes.
No. That was a 40k one, but this is a Warhammer Sixth Ed tournament where they streamed the top table. So it wasn't even like a current tournament. It was just a random thing. And you could see in the webcam, he had a pile of dice, and you could see they had multiple faces with 5s and 6s on.
Oh, no.
I think that's what Chris had the same sort of thing. There was.
Oh, my gosh.
But it sort of falls in what you said when it all costs.
Yeah. Get out. Well done. You've won. How do you feel now?
Yeah. Find yourself a new opponent. So I'll make sure everyone knows.
Just go away.
Yeah.
Into the room. Loaded dice. Jeez. It's like people who cheated D&D.
I would have cheated a story. Oh, well done.
Yeah, well done, you.
Yeah.
Roy Hood. Hello, Roy.
Good evening, Roy.
Good evening, Roy. Battlefront's first round of Siocast models, they were atrocious. Yeah, they were pretty bad.
I mean, the best you could say was they were learning lessons from them.
The best you could say was
they binned them to start.
If you dropped them, they didn't break. And even if they did, you probably wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah, it was. I must admit, the new ones they've done are much better quality. They're not as soft as those original.
No, but there's a couple.
But they are more brittle.
You've got to be careful. There's a couple bits that are a bit more brittle. There was a golden batch of releases where they were really good. And they're
not anymore.
But those melty-faced, soft.
Well, it's the Americans with the kind of miscellaneous helmet on. You're like, what helmet's that?
Is that his face? Has he had an unfortunate birthing accident?
Yeah. I don't know. Ugh. It was weird, but at the same time, they're gaming pieces. They're not, just saying.
But you're paying a premium. Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Are you?
Yes. At least they're not cheap. They're not free.
No, but they're not as expensive as. Well, they're probably on par with most other wargames manufacturers now. I don't think they're.
Yeah, exactly. So why don't they look as good?
I mean, obviously stuff like Skytrex is still cheaper, and Peter Pig are not as cheap as they used to be. I must admit, get the gap between Peter Pig and
unfortunately.
Things have happened there, and I'm not sure what
stuff. Things.
Actually, it's just you ultimately just they can be very exposed to metal costs and that kind of thing. So.
Yeah.
But I do think the first round of Siocast models does deserve to go. Have a nice, long, relaxing nap in the room.
Yes. We shall never talk about them again. Yes.
Trenchy, JJ hashtag 6969.
Good Lord.
Nice.
Tweet, yeah.
Oh, God. I can't bring myself to read it. I once played against someone who used different lengths of knotted string instead of a tape measure, and every take had a swastika flag prominently placed, so whoever he was would be my vote.
Whoever he was, miscellaneous.
Which job was he was playing Americans.
The naughty Nazi.
Yeah. It's just like, was it anything gender related? No, I didn't even catch the second bit. I was just so fascinated by the first bit.
Someone using knotted string as a measuring device.
It's like, are we playing wargaming? Are we taking soundings for the Admiralty? It's just like,
It's a tiger, 8 knots off the port bow. Yeah, room 101.
But also, like, that's just a cry for professional help at that point, isn't it? Like, I've got my knotted string out. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we can put them in the room because it feels like we're picking on the less.
Everyone else in the room,
stable.
I feel bad for them. Could we put him in room 102 by itself?
Yeah, and then I manufactured my own shoe.
Yeah, room 102 has nice padded walls, that kind of thing.
Copied after Hugo Boss design.
I don't know what to say about that. Seriously, like, at that point, I might just give him my tape measure. Like,
I wouldn't.
You know,
he's got swastika flags in all of his tanks.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's difficult.
Every single one.
Every single one. How much of an Nazi are you? I'm that much of an. I see. Yeah.
These guys weren't just following orders; they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh really? Oh, okay.
What was that? That was that nasty Belgian guy, Duncan Wang or something, wasn't it?
What?
Derlewanger. If you look up, there's a Derl. I'll find it and send it to you. He was like the SS that the SS was scared of.
Oh right.
He's the
bad boy, the SS bad boy calendar.
Yeah,
Mr. January. Oh, room 102 then for our naughty Nazi.
I think so.
Yeah. Mike the Barn Everest. Whack Joy Vampires. I think they're already in there. There's a muffled scream from inside.
Or is there another stake gets driven into their hearts? Yeah.
Oh, I think they'll fight.
It's one of those recurring themes of our patrons.
It's almost like they really don't like that.
Yeah.
Yes. No winning at all costs. Do it the right way. Wessex Matt. Ooh, controversial. Mid-War Monsters gets my vote for room 101.
And you'd think I'd be all for this, but I can't.
Why is that?
Because some of the mid-war monsters are actually legitimate and should be in there.
Yeah,
like some 1990 in their all the Eastern Front ones.
My 7090, they got cheaper.
Yeah. So what you're saying is I need to get my togs out.
Yes.
That's the flip side. That's the problem. That's it. It's just, I wouldn't mind mid-war monsters if it was just for the stuff that only got made in limited batches. Diners, I'm looking at you. They shouldn't be.
So would you sacrifice Panzer Ones and some of NT90s to remove the ability to play a tog?
No, that's why I'm saying I wouldn't put it in there.
Okay.
I'd rather have
what
players.
I was trying to puzzle through in my head. Yep.
I got a box of Panzer 1F somewhere.
I got a box of them. I'm going to do. I think they're like was it 9th Panzer used them or something like that?
I think.
I have 9th Panzer. They have all the cool stuff. They have lurks later as well.
They have lurks, yeah.
They have lots of flags, not bits of string.
No, they got rebuilt like 4 to 5 times. They were Austrian as well.
When you say rebuilt, do you mean they all died?
Yes.
Excellent.
And in fact, they got bullied in Normandy because the 116th Greyhound stole their Panther battalion as they were being refitted. They were sent to them and they went, no, you're not going any further south than this. Off you go.
It's in losers. We're counter-attacking the beaches.
Exactly.
Okay, I think Mid-War Monsters is not going in 101. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately,
it's got some historical stuff in there. It's pretty fun.
I mean, if I say the same thing about Lake Wall of
I was going to say, come back when Lake Wall of Leviathans gets released. Yeah.
I can't. Well, I'm excited to.
Oh, Eddie, quick, crash on.
No. If we do Mid-Wars, I do want to play with my weird interceptor tank destroyers.
Oh yeah, the 8-wheel things.
The 8-wheel just monster trucks with 90mm guns on. They're just so stupid.
It's just so pointless.
I know. They're worth plenty of points. Don't worry.
Well,
and they're going to die instantly, but they look damn cool.
Armor Zero.
Yeah. Phil H, you superstar! What a selection. Metal barrels, or more precisely, bent metal barrels that can never be restored to the straightness that my OCD needs.
Yeah.
I can't put them in room 101.
No, why not?
Because they're already in there.
Oh, I was going to say, they're
so far in there.
It's just so egregious. Yeah.
I like leaving the door open and teasing them, say if they roll out, they can be free, but they're so bent they can't make it.
Shoot round corners though.
They can indeed, yeah. It's the nice sight. Mike again regarding Room 101. Oh, it's a bit of a long one. I could put my glasses on. I remember my last Warhammer Fantasy tournament some 15 years or so ago, probably more. A guy who's playing against me offset his unit from mine by half an inch, and then when he charged, he proceeded to explain for 10 minutes with a convoluted series of wheels and free wheels and reforms that, in fact, yes, he could legally charge me in the flank while being in my front arc. He then explained how he'd written a vast article for some magazine for it as well. I'd glazed over by this point and said, cool man, whatever works for you.
Yep.
He resoundingly folded me up like a deck chair with this, and I washed my hands of the whole thing. If ultra competitive play is your bag, absolutely fill your boots. I think it's beyond me, and I don't have the constitution for it, frankly. So for me, that guy in particular.
I was going to say at that point, I was trying to work out what he was going to try and put in. That dude. Yeah, that dude.
That one dude.
I reckon he gulped there as well, the old... I think you'll find that I can wheel. Yeah, actually. I spoke to Jarvis
due to the
Johnson in the
Coriolis
toilet.
effect
Yeah.
and the theory of relativity, I'm always in your side arc.
Yeah, I did speak to Jarvis Johnson in the toilets of a little chef, and he confirmed to me that definitely, as he was crimping one out, that 100%. Yeah, he did sign my autograph in the end, but I didn't want to bother him anymore. It was a Sunday. Get a grip, man. Fucking Jesus, it's like. But actually, I'll put that. People badgering Phil Yates for rule decisions on Facebook. There's one for you.
Oh, is that Dunk's
That might
one?
be mine now. I've triggered myself. Just leave the poor dude alone. He doesn't know what's going on. He's confused on a regular basis. Like the time difference alone, he must be sat there at 3 a.m. going, "Please leave me be." Yeah, at Phil Yates.
That's why we've got no new products. He's got 3,000 rules questions that are actually covered in the rulebook.
He's just sobbing into a copy of the rulebook as we speak. I don't know anymore. Does it? Probably.
Mike Robinson, watch time of day apparently, says Room 101. Sorry, Mike Everest. Yes, that dude is well and truly in Room 101. Mike Robinson says opponents who unprompted feel the need to rant crossed out. Explain why whatever you've taken is wrong and bad, and why their choices are the only correct ones, i.e. why I quit 40k the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to do that. You should have taken this and that and then done that. And how have you won?
Yeah. I just thought of another one that's wound me up now. I'm on a roll. People who touch your figures without asking you.
Oh, yes. The Cheeto hands.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Covered in Cheeto dust.
Exactly. Dirty, grimy people going, "Can I have a look at this?" And you go, "Yeah, sure, you've got eyes." And then they pick up and you go, no.
Someone who drops their tape measure on your army at game 1 at the ETC.
Who was that?
That was me.
Whose army did you find?
The Austrian captains.
Assert dominance. I like it.
I just got it out. You half drop something, but you don't really drop it, but you think you have. So you kind of grab it, but you didn't. You just end up launching the thing. It just went smash into his Stugs. I felt so bad.
Oh, yeah, Stugs as well. Oh, you monster.
Did, yeah.
Oh, you monster.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do love people like patronising me on a regular basis anyway, telling me exactly what I've done wrong, why I did that wrong, why my choices are wrong. Get me... oh my God.
We haven't actually explained what that is to anyone yet, by the way.
What, the water pot? It's an abomination. Just Google it. I don't even have the words.
Fundamentally, it still works as a water pot.
But it's got weird grooves in it and everything. It's got... what's that? Why is it ribbed for my pleasure?
Duncan had a mysterious parcel turn up, and one of our patrons has sent him the Citadel water paint pot,
which is lovely. It's a really kind gift. It's just do you not
appreciate its wide base for added stability?
Well, I've never struggled with stability of a pot before.
And it's got the grooves on the bottom to and the side to drag extra paint off.
I just right.
And you can point your the paintbrush tips using the vertical grooves at the back.
Oh, that will be good for the radium paint that I've been using. Brilliant. At least.
My
yeah,
personal
it's very
favourite is you'll
considerate.
never ever drink out of it.
No, I will. I'll do it on purpose now. I might actually turn it into a cup. I might actually
Cup of tea in it.
Yeah. just to be contrary. Yeah.
I think you'd break the internet if you posted a picture of you having a cup of tea out and sitting on a paint pot. That guy.
Yeah.
People who explain to you why their choices are the only correct ones, especially if they then go on to lose, are in room 101.
Or I've come up with this really clever thing. All right, okay, have you? All right, just lose 20
Bask
minutes.
in my brilliance. Yes.
Exactly. Let's all have a circle jerk and be done with it. Good. Right.
Arkin Paints or Lexi Valkyrie. But as to this, anybody that is that way into the history or brings it up to the current day. Oh, God.
Actually, I don't think this is a thing. I think this is responding to someone else.
Oh, is he?
No, is this not the complaint about
Oh, sorry. Yeah. About people who bring.
When is it too soon for an army thing? Which is a very good question.
That's a very good question.
But not the actual one we do. But one, and I think one we should look at in the future.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I misread that.
But not. Yeah, it's my fault. I didn't trim it out when I was.
I get you.
Darren,
Hart.
like I say, it is a good point. I really think we should discuss it. In the future.
I think that's an excellent topic of conversation to have.
We are having this conversation in the barn with Mike. You say about the Gulf War stuff being in stripes.
Yeah.
But the Gulf War is like 1991. It's like, it's at what point you there's a cutoff for having it as a war game.
Yeah. And it, it's still happening. Is not one of them. Darren Hart, Room 101, GCHQ, FXXK. That guy. I mean,
he pays his money just like
he does. He pays his dues.
Pays his dues as anything else. All that. Should we kick Darren Hart out for abusing another patron?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. We've got very strict
anti-bullying. He's a chief archivist. We'll never know when anything happened if we get rid of him.
No, we'll get
Darren,
GCHQ.
when did we kick you out?
What episode did we
What episode do we kick out Darren? Darren? Hello? Darren?
But a funny thing was during our game, because there's Canadian forces, we were saying which patrons were dying horribly.
Oh, God. No. I mean, admittedly, the first Canadian stand I removed, I did say, "Oh God, you've just killed Quinton."
Oh my God, you killed Kenny!
Oh my God, you killed, which might just be my statement of the tournament every time I play this army. But we did love the fact that the M113 Command 113 half track
M557,
M557 Command half track. That was deployed on the road as the main objective was blatantly just Darren listening. Half track armored personnel carrier was basically Darren just listening to the podcast whilst all hell breaks loose around him.
Yeah,
sir, the Soviets are invading. Not right now. I'm listening to opposite 45, where Lee is making the joke about 25 pounders.
Yes, I'm starting again. Just keep digging some holes, boys. It'll be fine.
I'm going to skip over the first ones with Ben on. No one likes that.
Oh. Daryl asks, Room 101, says Room 101, the Flames of War M15/M16 model is also the ZSU 17. Fiddly little parts and parts that line up poorly and all around suck. I have 2 of each built and we shall play good crickets in your house for the designer of it. Oh, don't say that, Darryl. I've got to make 3 of those.
Oh dear. Sounds awful.
I've yet to find any anti-aircraft guns ever been fun to put together. All anti-aircraft guns just seem to have lots of fiddly bits.
The question is, though, if we put this fiddly kit into Room 101, would that unleash the metal-barreled AA versions?
Oh no, they're definitely they're well down in room
Yeah, is the
101.
plastic better than the old metal
That's
ones?
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Mm.
saying. Is a bit of fiddly plastic or wibbly wobbly, bendy wendy, snappy offy.
Just
You're right.
un-
I think we can put this in the box, can
yeah,
we?
I
fingers
don't think we
stuck.
can because it would unleash the metal bent barrel snap. And when they snap, there's no way you're ever gluing that back on. At least if it's plastic, you've got a chance.
Exactly.
So no, sorry, Daryl. I will once I've built mine in about 20 years. I'll probably correct myself and be like, yeah, it was terrible.
And finally,
Panzerleer, finally. For room 101. The inverse to the SS point above. Everyone who's not super into Nazis. Sorry.
Not. Is that people turning up not in lederhosen?
Yes. No. It's a World War II war game. If we don't want to play endless blue versus blue, someone's got to play the baddies. They're fun to play as. They're fun to paint, better colour schemes than just olive drab. They can print war crimes, but they look fabulous doing it. That is true.
They're not the only ones that did it. That's
And
all
my
I'm saying.
personal favourite point is I don't feel too bad when I lose.
Absolutely.
Just because I take German toys out my gaming bag, that doesn't automatically say anything about me as a person. I find this attitude is more common from non-gamers than gamers, to be fair. Here, Panzerleer.
Again, it's all right to play SS. It's just when you start playing SS and you're making very snide comments and wearing,
yes,
just let's say wearing your allegiance as well as playing on the tabletop. That's where I start having the issue. Is playing SS is fine.
Yeah, I mean, my gaming collection's quite troubled as a whole. So
your gaming collection is the reason GCHQ exists.
exactly. So I mean, I do appreciate that, and yeah, actually, you can't play blue versus blue. Actually, should be on there as well. What
That's
do you
what he
think about
said.
that? No, just generally, blue versus blue. Should that be in room 101?
No, because it has its place in the competitive.
Oh.
No, everything's competitive. You can have competitive without having blue and blue. Yes, you can have different armies. You can have two sizes, stack it up.
You can.
Sorry,
but it
Lee,
does
did
make...
you just say you can have armies?
Yeah,
It's a
two
counterpoint.
armies.
No,
Yeah.
just like the idea we go. No, Eddie, you can have armies. That's my counterpoint.
No, the point. So the thing about if you remove blue versus blue from the game, it does change.
Yes, I mean, it changes to like a World War II game or something.
Yeah, for the better.
Yeah, it makes it simpler.
Simpler?
You lose the complexity.
What complexity?
Well, by having blue versus blue, you know that you need to account for, a Soviet horde if you're playing a Soviet horde. Whereas you know you're never going to come up against a Soviet horde if you're always red versus blue.
I see.
So from a gaming point of view, you lose an element there.
I think I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I was what the point is there. On the other hand,
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I can appreciate.
I mean, that's the other thing.
Adjust.
Blue versus blue does enable you to be, well, this is, the better gamer because you both played the same list against each other. If that makes sense. You both had access to the same tool set, so it's not just that the Americans have the best lists and that guy's playing Americans, you're playing Germans. So I would vote no. I do wish it was more. It was less prevalent.
But that's to do with balance, internal game balance. If all armies were equally good or equally balanced, then you wouldn't have a problem with blue versus blue because people would take a variety because a variety would work.
Couldn't be. It wouldn't.
There's no such thing as a balanced war game. There's no such thing as a balanced game.
But also, there had to be an innately imbalance to make them interesting and act differently. So,
but that's not a balance thing, though, is it?
It's a fun thing.
Oh God, this has all got very serious.
Well, you asked me a serious question. You said, do I want to
I-
put Blue versus Blue into Room 101? I don't make these decisions lightly.
Well, the
I do.
how, do-
You
how do we?
do. I know you do.
Yeah, oh my god, you
Shoot
turn
from
to
the hip.
But I'm...
Yoko Ono. Yoko Ono.
I am exploring this part of the wargaming world.
I think this call is now over. Eddie's talking about exploring himself. I don't. But
I
I don't want that.
No, I don't think Blue versus Blue should go to 101, but I think it should be a lot less. It should be like standing outside the door, ready to be shoved in,
Hovering
Yeah.
within the boundary of
Day
101.
101 with day release. Put it that way.
Non-death row. Just
Yeah.
yeah. It's been commuted.
It's just locked up. Still around. Visitation rights.
Minimised.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what I would actually put into Room 101 because you two have done something.
We've done something.
You said you've both had your your choice.
I see.
Yeah,
We've had a go. We've had a crack of the whip. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
What about? I tell you what would drive you mental.
Oh
People.
no.
Oh, go on.
No. Room 101. The thing that genuinely annoys me is people who, for the love of God, can't seem to roll their dice in a sensible part of the board.
Sorry.
Yeah. I feel seen. Yeah.
It's the ones where it either goes shooting across and it ends up like 4 foot away, bouncing off 5 or 6 different. I mean, Lee, I'm not picking. No, there's genuinely there have been some people where they just can't help but throw their dice at the most crucial part of the battlefield, spilling models everywhere, and you're like, what? Why? Like, admittedly, I didn't spend a lot of time painting these, but at least don't throw your dice at my models.
Again, I apologise.
No, I was going to say my thing that I think would annoy you most is people who would only play one game system and one army within said game system.
No, you can do that if you want.
You would drive you mental.
It would drive me mental, but I that's not what.
All right, so you're trapped on a desert island.
Right.
My dad had a friend called Warren. I mean, that was bad enough, but he had the entire army of the Potomac in 1-to-1 for the American Civil War. He only played American Civil War, and he only played it in 15mm
in 1-to-1 scale.
But he had 1-to-1. Like he had every regiment of
6,000 men at his command.
Exactly. And this is the 2nd New York, and this is the 3rd New York. And let me guess, is this the 4th New York? Oh, it is. Oh, good.
It was expensive to feed him.
Yeah. But he yeah. There's a few things like that. It's like we had another guy at the club who used to paint the earrings, the gold earrings on old guard figures. It's 6mm.
Good lad, do it. You need those hobby nutters.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I remember the stories. They're just stories, right? So, but yeah, I can imagine you going, but I've only got. What do you mean? I can only play my British stupid British list for the rest of my life? Oh my god!
Yeah, well, I mean that's not something. If someone forced me to do that, I'd put them in Room 101. That's for sure. But fortunately, they're not, and I have many stupid lists.
You can never play your squat trike again.
Oh, I've only played it once.
Yeah, exactly.
They're sitting behind me, going, "Paint me."
Oh my god!
That's for the tournament. That's the campaign that starts the end of the month.
Is that just like a howling wall of souls? Just saying, paint me.
Yeah, Room 101. The screams of my unpainted models. Deafening howl.
It's just like in Harry Potter with the with the Dementors.
It just sucks. So instead of your soul, it's just paint.
Alive. Yeah. Paint us.
All right.
That's it.
That's it. Are we on to events?
We're on to events, yeah.
Excellent. Well, this weekend, this weekend, you might catch it if you like. There are some spaces available. January the 20th It's the 95-point Team Yankee Showdown of Steel at Tabletop Republic High Wycombe.
Certainly is.
We'll be there, or we'll be stuck on the side of a motorway somewhere. The entire drive down there will be like,
happen now.
The entire drive, I'm going to be going there. Did you hear that? Oh, what was that? Oh, no, it's fine. It's nothing. It's nothing.
But the window blows out and I get sucked at the car.
It's not made by Boeing.
Boing.
Boing. February 4th and 3rd is Corrivery, Flames of War Late War. 100 points with a 40-point swap at Battlefield Hobbies in Daventry. I'll be up there having some fun with probably British and maybe some partisan support. Who knows? And land mattresses. The Icelandic Nationals 2024, Operation Polar Bear 7 in Reykjavik, February 17th. March the 9th, Berlin Waits, Flames of War Late War. 110 points, Tabletop Republic High Wycombe. Then Into the Fire, World War III Team Yankee Tournament, excuse me. 95 points again, 20th of April, that one. I think, are we aiming to go up there for that one? Hopefully?
I think we're going to see how the January one goes. I know Mike's signed up for it, apparently. And Mike,
God. Mike, I don't like tournaments, win at all costs, craziness.
Already?
Everest.
Yeah, he suddenly did it. I don't know.
Oh, he's got invader fever, isn't he?
Yeah.
Intruder.
Intruder. A6itis.
He got invaded.
He just wants to be William Dafoe.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah, right.
Gets all the chicks. Yeah.
8th and 9th of June, 2024, Barn Bash, 80th Day Patron event. Whoop, whoop. That's going to be so good. 20th of July, No Borders, Flames of War, Late War, 100 points, Tabletop Republic, Fortress Europe, lists only. That's going to be
really interesting.
That's interesting. Get the old Churchill list out for that one.
Oh, win at all costs.
24th of October, Steel versus Steel, Team Yankee, 115 points at Tabletop High Republic.
Oh my God,
Ooh.
115.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of points.
That's like at least 5 leopards.
That's two, maybe 3 Basage companies.
Oh my God. 28th, 29th of September, Flames of War UK Nationals, which is Late War at Battlefield Hobbies Daventry. I will be there for that one. But mainly because Martin Turner isn't going to be there, so I might actually stand a chance of winning it. It's Late War. I don't do well with Late War. I need my murder tales.
Yeah.
And November 16th and 17th is Warfare Farnborough Flames of War tournament. Got an exciting email from the Warfare organizer today saying that there'll be more information coming out soon about the Warfare tournaments. Yes. So I am running it. It's going to be wicked. Hopefully. Are we going to shooting and scooting?
We are. What can we do?
What are we going to scoot as?
It's got to be SS, right?
Oh, yeah, but with old hands or not?
No old hands. It's new season.
So no Gary Glitter. Right.
No, 4+, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's 4+.
5.
There you
Oh
go.
my God.
Would have done it.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
It's a Basage shooting scooting Jeep, is what it is.
The Armoured Train Record podcast you've been listening to was Shoot and Scoop, the Flames of War podcast, and the team at Breakthrough Assault at UK was brought to you by support from Battlefield Hobbies, Dice of War, Frontline Terrain, and Win It All Costs SS Nutjobs.
The new breakfast cereal from Kellogg's.
SS Nutjobs. They're crunchy.
They're crunchy Nazis. Just what you need for
Offering
your
the
breakfast.
final solution to your breakfast needs.
Exactly.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.